Okay, perfect. I got a bunch of stuff as well.
Oh, I can upload recordings. What?
Yep. It's you're gonna want to do that.
I am.
Yes.
Oh, I hit that?
Did it give you a warning or
No.
Okay, you should be good.
Okay.
You are in fact watching The Dorkening.
You're watching The Dorkening. Stay tuned.
For all the geek news everywhere. Dorkening.
And this is The Dorkening. Trust me, I'm smarter than these guys.
Because The Dorkening is the best and most educational entertainment and information source that the Trauma Team knows of. It's the best. The Dorkening.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for, and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. You're watching Splash Pages. My name's Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. Tonight is going to be a fucked up episode. I'm just going to put it out there right now. Whoa. But we got a lot of awesome stuff we're going to be talking about. But before that, the Velvet Joker. How's it going, bud?
I'm feeling okay tonight because it's Tuesday night and it's Splash Pages night. Oh, yeah.
It's singing.
That's what I got to say.
Correct.
Oh, love it. Mr. Drew.
No, pass. I'm here. It's going to be a weird fucking show. Pass.
Jar Jar.
I want Rich to sing again so I can dance. But it is already a fucked up night. I couldn't share at all during the preview there. For some reason, it doesn't give me the option to share it.
It hates you.
I had to
hates
do
me.
it. Yeah, it was weird. I had to do it from the Facebook page, not the group, which was odd.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it is it a full moon or something? What do you got, like a Mercury on the rise? I don't know what it
The
is.
Santa Anas are blowing
follow
in
any of it.
California right now.
Yeah.
I thought it was El Nino.
I thought that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah, it came back.
Came back.
Came back like syphilis.
It's like herpes.
Oh, man.
Syphilis. That's even worse.
So we got a bunch of people watching right now. So if you're new to the show, this is Splash Pages, the comic book club, and we thank you for joining us. Our book of the week is Next Wave. We're going to be talking about that in a little bit. We have a bunch of comic-related news. We're going to be talking about new comics that are out, comic book news. We have another artist having some health issues, actually a writer, and rumor news, movies, everything comic.
Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Watch it.
Oh my God!
What?
Drew, why?
Because I'm busy. Okay.
Did he say he just watched it or he didn't watch it?
I have yet to watch it. BUSSSSSSSY. Busy.
Well, okay, so we'll try to be spoiler free because there was a major universe expanding piece of news.
Listen.
Yeah,
that's fine. No, there was no Rosebud. This is not Citizen Kane, okay?
Luke, you are my father.
And no,
I am your father.
Oh my God, this is like hurting.
Jeremy is your brother.
Snakes. All right. So, what do we do first, Leo?
Well, let's see. So the main news, Peter David, he's a writer of stuff.
Whoa, wait. What about Peter David?
Peter David has suffered some health issues. His family has set up a GoFundMe.
Oh God.
Oh no.
No, not Peter David.
Peter David needs to GoFundMe?
Didn't he bring us Miguel there?
Yes, he did. Peter David has been a consistent writer for both Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
I want to say since the 70s. Incredible Hulk, Aquaman, Supergirl, Fallen Angel, Marvel will remember him. He created Maestro in Future Imperfect. He gave us Miguel O'Hara in 2099. He gave us X Factor, which he wrote literally till the end. And by X Factor, I'm not talking about the government one. I'm talking about the one. So
I thought it was the Simon Cowell one.
No.
From American Idol.
So just real quick, he did 12 years of Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
12 years. It's like a life sentence.
Yeah.
So here's what the GoFundMe says. Graham Murphy is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of Kathleen David. It says, "Hi, everybody. I'm fundraising for author Peter David and his family. He's had some compounded health problems, and the bills are piling up. On top of kidney failure and the steep medical bills incurred from that, he just had another series of strokes and a mild heart attack.
Oh boy.
As we wish him a swift recovery and send him our love and support to his wife, Kathleen, and his family, let's also pitch in and help with their medical bills and living expenses. Please give what you can to relieve some of the immense stress that this family is going through right now. On behalf of Peter, Kathleen, and the whole family, thank you."
I have to chip in. He signed so many of my books.
Yep.
And it's funny because at one point I kept running into him at cons with my girlfriend. She just, because we both love his work so much, we just started calling him Grandpa David. Just because, he's an older man, ornery. Listen, he has always been great. He's got such a great sense of humor. Last time I saw him in person was, I think, 2019 New York Comic Con. Personally, I'm also a huge X Factor fan. I actually organized a group with one of our friends, Rich, our friend Kevin. I did an X Factor group, and we got to meet Peter David, and he loved it. He was like, "Wow, this is only the second time someone's done an X Factor group for me." I'm like, "You're welcome."
What era did he do X Factor? Because I thought that was Louise Simonson.
Yeah,
at least in the beginning.
He did. I would say it was the early 2000s era. So it's volume 3, I believe.
All right.
So that's when Madrox was running the show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fantastic run. Like, okay. I own all of it, and I will tell you this much: that is one X book never gets old.
Yeah, it was the 2000s. Yeah, you're right. X Factor Volume 3. He started in the 80s. David took over Dreadstar during its first comics run with issue 41. After Jim Starlin left. Let's see.
And don't forget, he also gave us Aquaman with the hook hand. That was all him.
7-issue Aquaman miniseries, The Atlantis Chronicles.
Yep. And he also, like I said, he was also responsible for Supergirl being that alien. I believe it was the Matrix. So he did that with Gary Frank, the superstar who would later team up with a lot of Jeff Johns. He did X Factor. He did.
Him and Ron Mars co-wrote the DC versus Marvel intercompany crossover in '97.
Yes, he did. I know. Yes, he did. I have that proudly signed by both him and Ron. Yeah. So this is a huge thing. So please, everybody, support this man so he can still sign for us at Comet Engines.
Did that just drop today?
That sounds scary.
Looks like it hit the news today.
Kidney failure
looks like
is serious stuff.
Kidney failure is really bad with stroke and a heart attack. It looks like it was started 3 days ago, and it was hitting the news today.
He's and on top of it, he's struggled with health stuff for a while now because he's a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I've met him a few times. He's a big guy, and he's had a stroke.
Take my December eBay.
He's had a stroke in the past, but he pulled through. So again, everybody, your heroes will not be here forever. So you get a chance to meet him, do it.
Well, our thoughts go out to him and his family. Thankfully, we're in a day and age that a heart attack does not mean instant death. It's
same thing with kidney failure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Leo. Because when you said that, I was like, oh no, my heart was just like.
Yeah, the comic geek world is getting rocked lately.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Leo. That was wonderful. Can we pick it up with some comic news?
Oh yeah. So James Gunn is all over the news today. There's tons of information coming out from James Gunn. One was, he's been doing a lot of tweets and a lot of Mastodon. I was going to say Megalodon, but that's sequel coming out next year. James Gunn has said, interestingly, Booster was the most requested character when I asked people on Mastodon what character they'd most like to see on screen. He says, I'm not creating stories by public vote, but I found it fascinating nevertheless.
Well, I have a friend who's going to be very happy about that. And Rich, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Someone that we've had on the show.
Yep. I also saw that he had a thing where he feels that the video games are going to contribute to DC's content, like ongoing lore, which I think is very smart.
So I don't think he actually said video games. I think people are taking that a little out of context.
Okay.
The information I have is he said DCU will be connected across film, TV, and animation.
Okay.
So I mean, it could very well be, the video games as well, because we do get some excellent stories within the video games.
Agreed.
So, yeah. But I mean, that's awesome that they're going to start, having, the animation included as well. As of before, DC animated universe was its own separate animal.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn also, what's that?
And it was so beautiful.
I know. I wonder how the new Batman animated show is going to fall in.
We'll see.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
If it is all connected, yeah.
Yeah. James Gunn also says he will not attend CCXP 2023 for either Marvel or DC.
Okay.
I wonder what that means for the Harley show, though. Also, I'm sorry.
It already got
shit canned.
Green light for next season.
Oh, so that means that's continuity now for the DCU.
Well, they already been making comics within that story, within that world.
Yeah, but Batman is such a dingbat in that, though.
I can't wait to see Gordon.
on, off. Yep. I wasn't playing with it.
Oh yeah, and Joker's mayor. You know that universe is so fucked up.
That can't be DCU then.
It's honestly, Harley was an unexpected like for me. I really wasn't expecting I was gonna enjoy it, and I was like, you know what? This is actually really freaking great. It really surprised me.
The lighting is very smart.
It really is.
The brilliant episode they did where like the nerds that like hate the Harley show, just the idea of the Harley show, and then they watch it and they're like, all right.
Yeah,
it's fine. Yeah. So I'm sorry, Leo. I had some comic news, but I don't want to interrupt you if you still have.
Yeah. I just got a couple of for comic related news. I have a bunch of rumors and stuff like that. But the last two items I have for comic related news. Last week, a special variant cover of Spider-Man #1, which was Eminem with Spider-Man. It was a 5,000 copy variant that sold out last week.
Mm-hmm.
There is a
rap
new
battle.
The amazing
you don't know.
I got the FOMO.
Okay. Wait a second. That Eminem, because I was like, why is Peter working with a giant piece of chocolate?
So since that sold out, apparently this week there's another 1,000 print run that you can order for $75 right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with
$75.
75 bucks.
And it's the same comic.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a no.
Yeah.
As a fan of both of those people, I'm gonna say I'll wait for the trade paperback. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna show you this. I just paid $15 for this because I missed out on at my LCS, but the reprint.
Well, yeah,
that came out.
But that makes sense, Leo, because that's a part of comic book history. Like,
totally.
Wait. Why does that reprint versus the 8 billion other reprints of that same comic have any value?
I just figured, $15 was an okay price since I just missed out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's Leo, considering some of your purchases in the past, that's going to be pretty good, buddy.
Yeah.
So, Jeremy, what are you saying?
I was just saying Leo had some FOMO. He had fear of missing out.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure he got the book.
Yeah,
but at least I agree with him. $15, like that's not heartbreaking. $75, so I'm like, that's
for a
somebody's
cover
cell phone bill or something like that.
Yeah, you could pay like a nice chunk of a bill, or something.
Yeah, and what does Eminem have to do with comic books?
Well,
like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy his music, but
and listen, don't you remember the time he teamed up with the Punisher? It's like, what?
Did he?
Yes, he did.
I miss it. No, sorry.
Yeah. A lot of hip hop artists have connections and songs that involve comics.
Oh, I agree with that.
And even like Method Man, I think he even had a podcast that was specific to comics for a while.
He did, and that's
on Marvel.com, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's another reason he ended up on that episode of Luke Cage.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
last item I do have is on comic book related news. Batman One Bad Day. There's a new issue coming out covering Bane, and
Nice.
Jim Lee's going to be doing a variant cover, which looks
that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you pick up the new JSA today or tomorrow? Are you getting the new JSA?
I am going to give it a shot.
I am as well.
Yeah, that's part of my comic book news, actually.
Is it a new series?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeff Johns is back in JSA.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So for comic book news, there are a few things. I'm going to go over a couple of highlights and then some new releases that I thought are worth mentioning. One of the big ones is that a new Spidey villain is getting her own solo series. I don't know if you guys know of a villain. It's called Hollow's Eve.
Not familiar with her.
Yes. Well, apparently Hollow's Eve looks like some sort of like female. She looks kind of like a mix between like if Mary Jane took fashion advice from the Hobgoblin, but is still sexy. So her debut sold out in Amazing Spider-Man 14 last week. And because it's been so popular, her first appearance is a prelude to the upcoming Spider-Man X-Men arc, Dark Web. She's been so popular that they decided, hey, this new baddie, who's actually a longtime character of another Spider-Man, Ben Reilly, she got her powers from Madeline Pryor, who, as we know, is the evil Jean Grey clone, also mother to Cable.
Oh, that's funny that you said that, Madeline Pryor, because when you were describing her, that's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, so that's the thing. She's not Madeline, but she get powers from Madeline. So yeah, essentially, this is all starting it's a new saga. So she's going to get her own limited series in March. It's going to be written by Erica Schultz and drawn by Michael Dowling. I didn't exactly see how many issues, but it's basically a 5-part miniseries, and it's going to be on sale March 1st. March 1st. So, I mean, looks interesting, and it's always nice to see a Spidey villain. But of course, since Spider-Man has so many, how will we ever know?
Drew, have they introduced her yet?
Yeah, she's already been. Like I said, she was introduced. Amazing Spider-Man 14 last week, and her from what I've seen, her debut sold out, so pretty popular.
Wow! So they just introduced her, and they're giving her own series already. Someone feels pretty strongly about this character.
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, they're going to be exploring her powers, her backstory. I mean, she's a loyal, longtime girlfriend of Ben Reilly, who, as we know, was Peter's clone, aka the Scarlet Spider. So we got that going. Hellcat, Patsy Walker, she has a new solo comic series that's actually going to be a murder mystery. It's a 5-part series. It's going to be written by, I believe, 1 second, Christopher Cantwell, and illustrated by Alex Lind. So Hellcat has kind of re-emerged in the Marvel world. She played a big role in the most recent Iron Man series. So right now, this new series is going to embrace her history, including her relationship that she once had with Damon Hellstrom, aka Son of Satan. So essentially, she's framed for murder, and she's investigating a house haunted by the ghost of her mother. So when someone close to Patsy's inner circle is murdered, Hellcat becomes the prime suspect. Now, Patsy must prove her innocence and evade both the police and the supernatural threat of the Sleepwalkers. To add perils she faces, her demonic ex, Damon Hellstrom, shows up, and that's never a good thing. So I think this is another 5-part miniseries. I was like, okay, I'm fine with miniseries.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, 5-part miniseries, also out in March. This week is a lot of big stuff for Marvel. We're seeing the end of Jason Aaron's Avengers run, which began in 2018. The first issue of what's called Avengers Assemble Alpha, which is by Jason Aaron and the great artist Brian Hitch, unites essentially 3 different teams Jason Aaron worked on. It's basically going to be the capstone to his era of Avengers, which started in 2018 18 and has been pretty freaking big altogether. We're also seeing the return of one extreme team. So Chris Claremont and Salvador Luaca are reuniting for Extreme, and that's with an X, X-Men issue 1. So this is literally a new story that's set up after their original run. So a powerful psychic attack on Kitty Pryde from her own animal Ogun brings back the Extreme team back together for a high-stakes mission. But what secret is Ogun hiding? And will even the combined might of Bishop, Sage, Gambit, Rogue, Rachel Summers, Storm, Wolverine be enough to stop his insidious plan? Which I'm like, wow, we're bringing back the Extreme era. And one more thing that I would love to bring up is we're seeing a return to Planet Hulk in a kind of Elseworld story. It's called Planet Hulk World Breaker. It's by Greg Pak is returning. Artist is going to be Manuel Garcia. And the plot is where 1,000 years from now, a young woman with green skin searches for the legendary Green Scar to help save her brother from a group of apocalyptic cultists. But which Hulk will she find? After all these years, is he truly the Sakaar son who will save us all, or the World Breaker? So,
okay.
I enjoyed Planet Hulk. I loved World War Hulk as an event. It's always nice when the original writers come back because I feel like you're just going to get exactly the same thing. So that's for Marvel. I was reading something about thanks to CBR, where we're going to see where they were basically going over every major comic book event planned for 2023. So you have Marvel, it looks like they're going to be planning a number of events, and DC is going to be teasing like a year-long arc.
Not again.
Yeah,
poor Leo.
Well,
wallet.
Well, I will say that this is all part of, for DC, the dawn of DC. One storyline of theirs actually seems pretty cool. It's called Lazarus Planet. And essentially, Ra's al Ghul's Lazarus pit, the resin that helps to restore him and bring him back to life and stuff, will actually cover the earth, and it's going to essentially promise to change a group of heroes in a new ways. For instance, we're going to see Batman donning Dr. Fate's helmet, which I'm like, wow, that's cool.
Are we doing some amalgams?
And Jonathan Kent will be developing some new electrical power. So this is similar to back in the day. I think you guys remember Superman split in half.
Yep.
And he had the blue.
Red. I hated that.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry. I really did. I dropped off of Superman as soon as that. Not as soon as it happened, but like it messed me up for a while with Supes.
Can we?
Oh, go ahead, Leo.
No, it's.
Well, before Leo has a heart attack and we have to send up a GoFundMe for him. But they're speaking of Superman. They are doing a new event there where basically you're going to see Superman and his whole team, everybody super related. John Kent, Supergirl, Connor, unifying jackets and costumes. We're even going to see China's Super-Man and Natasha Irons as Steel. So we're going to get them all back together. For Marvel, they're doing a Cold War crossover event. So we're going to have Sam Wilson and we're going to have Steve Rogers working together. We're going to explore some secrets of Cap Shield's connection to something called the Outer Circle. So you got Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing with Carmen Camaro, and Tochi Onebushi with artist IG Guerrara. So basically, you're going to have the character Nomad is going to come back, who is an alternate version of Bucky Barnes from another universe. And we're going to deal with revenge fuel plans from the White Wolf, who, as people might remember, is a Black Panther character, and Crossbones. So you got that. It looks to be that Marvel is trying to do kind of reliving Age of Apocalypse. They're doing a Sins of Sinister event with the X-Men. So essentially, Mr. Sinister, no judgment here, has been plotting and scheming, and essentially his plans will alter reality. Similar to Age of Apocalypse, so it's going to have a bunch of tie-in issues, new sinister forms, whatnot. So
Are they going to do a bunch of crazy embossed covers as well?
From what I'm seeing, yeah, it looks like it. Well, not if it's embossed, but it's just
it sounds like
different.
they're going back to the 90s, like doing a whole rehashing the 90s, early 2000s.
Well, it looks like that, Jeremy. And it's funny that because back to DC,
they just didn't they just do a retelling of Death of Superman as well?
Yes, they did actually.
So basically, back to DC,
30-year anniversary, something just happened.
Yeah. So back to DC, you have the Dawn of DC era. So you're going to have essentially Dawn of DC. You're going to have 20 new titles. With a focus on solo series. So it'll be the solo series, but of course they're all going to play a larger role in the bigger story. Yada yada yada. Leo already mentioned that there is going to be a new Batman event. Personally, I don't give a shit.
I did.
Well, there's a new event that they're working on the Dawn DC called the Night. So it's called N.E.X.T. And then moving past that, personally, I don't care. For Marvel, if you guys love symbiotes, there's going to be a Summer of Symbiotes event.
Didn't they just do that?
Yeah, they did, didn't they? With like the Venomverse and everything.
It was the world symbiote world or whatever. It was that
King of Black,
King of Black. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we're getting more. So we're basically going to see a few new heroes and villains. So I believe what they said is sun's out, tongue's out, get ready for the return of old faces, the debut of new symbiote heroes, and exciting shifts for iconic symbiote stars. The season of symbiote insanity. So
Leo looks upset by all of this.
He's shaking his head. That man could be a bobblehead right now.
Yeah. Well, Leo, you'll save some money this year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And
that's a way to look at it.
Yeah.
The last big thing is that we might be finally seeing the end of the current X-Men era with the new Fall of X event. So this whole
is Genosha gonna go down or something like
that? They haven't really said anything, but
didn't they just do a reboot of X-Men like 2 years ago?
Yeah. Well, this
all the Hickman stuff.
Yeah, exactly, Rich. So this is all the Hickman stuff that we've been building. Because they've had events where they, kind of expose X-Men secrets and whatnot. And you're already dealing with this crossover between them and the Eternals, Judgment Day. Personally, it's just a lot. And I'm sorry, I haven't cared in years, so I don't really care right now. That's main Marvel. And then with DC, there's a lot going on there. Personally, like Jeremy brought up, I think one of the best things that they're doing is we have the JSA issue 1, written by Geoff Johns, drawn by Mikel Janin. Personally, very excited for that, especially because that's going to tie into another series that they're working on, Stargirl and Lost Children, which is continuing the story that they had from the All-Star special about a year or so ago.
I heard something they're doing like a Golden Age. What's the Golden Age thing going on right now?
Well, they're working on bringing back more of those Golden Age heroes. But I don't recall. I mean, I'm not seeing anything here on what I'm reading. Although I'm not going to lie, in terms of Christmas issues, they do have one called DC's Grifter Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And I'm very excited about that because I do love a good Christmas story. And it looks like it's an anthology series. So let's see. Who made it to the nice list? Hawkman, Black Canary. Is that Animal Man on the naughty list? And how did Grifter find himself in the targeting sites of those pesky reindeer? Get one for you and an extra loved one for their stocking. You will be glad you did for this holiday song celebration. I was like, all right, maybe I'll check that out.
Grifter got run over by a reindeer.
Reindeer. And then the last thing to bring up in terms of new releases, Wildstorm. is having a 30th anniversary special. DC has been really making a lot of an effort to bring these characters back into the DC universe. And as we know, this is Jim Lee's baby. So, so 30 years. Basically, this is going to be a 100-page issue for $7.99. There are going to be reprints. There's going to be new stories, old stories. It's going to be great.
What a deal!
I know, $7.99, Leo.
So I was just going to add my 2 cents of when you said Grifter got run over by a reindeer walking home from the LCS on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Leo, I know that you're the monkey on the keyboard and part of this is your network, so I say this with love. Get out.
I just want to say this week is the week of number ones. You could say one is the loneliest number of
one.
Well, I wanted to add on to Drew's saying Marvel has their new Star Wars book coming out which has like 8 first appearances coming out in it. So Star Wars is starting their whole new universe. So
Jeremy, there is going to be an event there. It's called Hidden Empire. Personally, I don't really care too much about the Star Wars universe.
I don't either.
So,
but like the book, those who are into the books and the movies and the shows and everything, they are expanding on that universe quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. I know nobody did. Did anybody watch Andor?
I did.
You did?
It was good. Yeah. I like it.
In the end, I actually ended up enjoying it. Did you watch the post-credit scene?
Oh, for the first time ever, I did not think to do that.
Oh my God! Okay,
man, you gotta smoke.
All right, I gotta go back.
Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah, sure. Why not? These guys don't care.
Yeah,
this is a spoiler.
I know. So Andor was in jail.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Where they kept on building those pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Those, you want to know what those pieces are?
I'm assuming. No, go ahead.
They're critical pieces to the laser of the Death Star.
I was assuming, but
so the last scene, you see robots using those pieces, like putting things together. And then
so we are getting a season 2.
Yeah.
Yes, they did confirm that. Andor somehow made enough.
Fantastic.
That a season 2 has been justified.
That is somehow enough. I agree, Drew, because like so many people were hating on that show.
Well, it had such a slow burn, but then like you realize that it was not about Andor. It's like the birth of the rebellion, and just there was just so much background story that was just amazing. There's a fan theory going around that little red robot is supposed to be K2SO. Maybe they'll do like a transfer into his body.
That would be interesting.
That's great, Leo.
I'm waiting for 000 to make an appearance.
So yeah, that's all the news I had.
I just wanted to go over. These are all the number ones this week, which is pretty crazy. And you already, So you have Thanos Death Notes number 1.
Oh, Darth Vader's got another one too.
Well, that's issue 29.
Oh.
So yeah,
it's not a number 1, Leo.
So yeah, Thanos Death Notes number 1, Planet Hulk World Breaker number 1, Extreme X-Men number 1, Avengers Assemble Alpha number 1, and Peter Parker and Miles Morales Spider-Man Double Trouble, Double Dwibble number 1.
Yeah.
Who are the Avengers in the Avengers these days?
Man, listen, Rich, there's so many Avengers at this point. I don't even know anymore.
Everybody in an Avenger?
I think I made the joke to somebody last night that the Avengers are like the Law and Order of the Marvel universe. Eventually, everybody gets a cameo.
Yeah.
So DC has Marvel beat this week with number 1s.
There's so many.
Oh my God. Now, some of these I admit are annuals, but here's all the number 1s for this week. Batgirl's annual number 1, Blue Beetle Graduation Day number 1, DC's Grifter Got Run Over by a Reindeer number 1. Why don't you move over? Detective Comics annual number 1, John Stewart, The Emerald Knight, #1. Justice Society of America, #1. Nightwing Annual, #1. Nubia and the Justice League Special, #1. Superman Kal-El Returns Special,
I like
#1.
that cover for JSA.
Yeah, right. The Huntress, so cool.
Mm-hmm.
The variant's also pretty good too. But Leo, I'm just again, there's so many #1s, man.
Yeah.
And like you said, Leo, like they're all a lot of them are annuals. So I'm like, okay, but like,
well, three of the 9 are annuals.
Right. So
I mean, that still leaves you with what, 6?
6.
Yeah, that's Justice. I might have to have my LCS put this aside for me.
Oh yeah, I heard good things about Nubia. You know, she's a good character.
Oh, sorry, I thought I put on JSA. I'm sorry.
Yeah, check the variants out. The variants for it are gorgeous.
Where's the JSA? This is it. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's all Michael Yannon. I mean, he does great work. You know, but I'm telling you, Leo, definitely check out. I saw the variants for it. Oh, they're gorgeous.
Oh yeah. So, Justice Society of America: The New Golden Age, Part 1.
There you go. So, Rich, I think that's what you might be talking about for the Golden Age.
Yes, that's what Leo was talking about.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So,
well, that was new comics. There's a bunch of rumors this week for movie news. Just want to go over some of the stuff real quick. Let's see. We lost Jar Jar. Where'd he go?
I don't know. He didn't want to get spoiled by the rumor.
Yeah.
All right. So what's up?
Okay. So again, take these totally with a grain of salt because these are from the hidden communities of the Marvel and DC spoilers.
Oh boy.
But they are saying Tom Holland signed a new contract for Spider-Man #4. Sony wants to film out by 2024.
Okay.
James McAvoy said he definitely did not get the call for Professor X in Secret Wars, and if he did get the call, he would not tell us.
Smart.
Again, these are all rumors.
Okay.
White
Same
Tiger.
thing Tobey Maguire said.
White Tiger, possibly major role in Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, okay.
Aubrey Plaza confirms a pivotal role in the Agatha spinoff.
He did. I saw that.
Yeah.
Amelia
confirmed. I don't even think that's a rumor at this point.
Nah.
Okay.
Well, just to be safe, I'm calling it a rumor.
All right. For legal technicalities.
Yeah, exactly. Amelia Clark is called Gaia in Secret Invasion. She is the daughter of Talos.
Okay.
William Jackson Harper from Good Place. He'll be playing a character named Quaz in Quantum Mania.
Okay.
Speaking of Quantum Mania, a new like 3D display was leaked, and Bill Murray has top billing with the rest of the other characters, saying that he's playing a larger role than a lot of people thought.
Oh, well. Hey, it is what it is. No one's ever going to believe it.
Yep. Marvel to get the rights back to Namor in the next 2 years, along with Hulk reverting back to Marvel in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And this year was a big rumor. A new actor will be playing Batman in the DCU. Pattinson will continue to be the solo Batman, the Batman in the solo Matt Reeves movies.
Well, okay. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's the thing about Batman is anybody could be Batman. I mean, two of us could be. One of us can't.
Well,
because it betrays his villainous roots.
Well, that I mean, from what James Gunn and was it I forgot the other guy's name.
Peter Safran or something.
Yeah. So I mean, they brought Cavill back. So I mean, you would think Affleck would make a return. So again,
Right.
like I said, all these are rumors. So we'll take them all with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want, before we get to the book, do you want to see what happened with Jeremy?
Yeah, let me text him.
He said he'd be right back. I texted him already.
Oh,
okay.
Well, thank you.
No.
So,
I can show you a new pop I got.
Yeah, we saw that last week.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to kill time.
He's excited.
Well, I mean,
He's
Rich
a fan of Kevin Smith.
Rich can always just start singing again.
Well, how about a new book I got?
Well, I'd like to remind everyone, if you guys did not already check out, we did a fantastic interview last week with Mr. Mitchell Whitfield.
Yeah.
And, you should definitely check that out on YouTube. I'm assuming it's up there, right, Leo?
It is.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
Which will be our part 2, because Drew was the one who initially interviewed him at Rhode Island Comic Con.
True story. So we're hoping we can just complete the trilogy with having him back on the show.
Yeah.
You know,
I actually just got a reply from him just this morning, and he can't wait to come back soon.
Boom. There you go, Leo. We did you good. You know,
Yay.
Mr. Publicity. You know,
Well, he was a lot of fun to have on. So it's
I still think the next time we have him on, we just do a board game with him. We do the first Splash Pages board game with the celebrity. I don't know how, but it's definitely doable.
So while we wait for Jar Jar, we didn't even talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, we did, and Drew said he didn't watch it. Okay.
I didn't watch it, okay? And I do not want it spoiled for 2 reasons. One, I love Christmas movies, and you both know this. Number 2, Guardians is one of my favorite Marvel properties because I think it's actually funny versus haha Marvel, everything's a joke funny. And 3, reasons 1 and 2. So don't spoil anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but there was something interesting in it, which is probably what Leo was talking about, which is sort of MCU impactful. And I'm certainly not going to ruin it for you, Drew.
Okay.
But I will tell you that is something that is certainly not canon in the comics. So, of course, the nerds will be in an uproar.
And that sort of news, the sort of like the fan theory, enthusiasts have been saying that is going to play an important role in Quantumania.
Okay.
Makes sense.
It'll be Kang-orific.
It will.
It'll be King Rama-Tut-licious.
You know what? I'm still really impressed with how he looks in Quantumania. Like the second I saw that, I was like, wow, that to me made a little bit more of a stronger case for him being this big overarching villain in the next saga of Marvel.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to different.
No, Justin, we did not confirm Mephistopheles. Okay.
Yes, we did.
Mephistopheles, yum yum bumblebee tuna.
Yeah, didn't we hear it's going to be
I thought it was going to be Mephisto was confirmed. No,
I don't know.
No,
So,
no one knows.
So
just real quick, non-spoiler initial thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Go Velvet Joker.
Well, I did a non-spoiler TikTok, so you should check that out on Velvet Joker 1. But I mean, it was a great holiday fun. It had singing. I don't think it's anyone's surprise. It was certainly in the trailers that Kevin Bacon's in it, and he is tremendous in it. Drax and Mantis make a great couple. I could totally see that being a solo movie. I know Drax is. I think he might be kind of poo-pooing on Marvel right now, but maybe that could be something to bring him back. Other than that, I don't want to spoil anything, but it was great. I don't usually like holiday movies. I like murder in my holiday movies. I don't think there was any murder in this. Just a few beatings. But no murder.
What kind of holiday movies are you watching?
I think, Rich, listen, if you invite me to a holiday party, I'm going to respectfully decline and just say it's for the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've said before, I like, the Santa Claus episode of American Horror
love the
Story.
Santa Claus.
Oh my God, that Violent Night looks so awesome.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Violent Night. Those are my kind of Christmas.
I can't wait to watch that. I know it's going to be dumb. But Santa in a Die Hard, I was like, yes.
Speaking of
Hey,
Christmas
Leo.
and Die Hard, thank you, Drew. Did
You're
you
welcome.
guys know one of the villains that was in the Die Hard crew? He
Passed
died.
away. Yes,
Yeah.
Theo,
Walker Ranger, Texas Walker Ranger.
yeah, it's the actor who played Theo. He was Alan Rickman's hacker in Die Hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
He died too.
yeah, he was I think 66.
Wow, everyone's dying in their 60s. I got less than 10 years left, guys. I hope we make an impact before that.
Well,
we need to stay alive until they finish that Benjamin Button's friggin' pill.
Oh,
you know,
I thought you meant like a movie.
I thought there was gonna be like a Redux or something.
Yeah.
No.
Redux.
They were able to successfully reverse the aging in mice.
Hey,
So,
Leo.
Yeah.
The reason I fell off just a second ago is I wanted to show you one of my FOMO purchases.
Okay,
do you remember when this happened in Batman?
Yes.
No, I don't remember that. When you mean when the Joker didn't take his face off?
But look how sad I went. I went to every convention and got every variant possible of this book. There's so many more. They just keep going and going and going and going and going.
Wow, that's a lot of
they're
fun.
all different. They're all different.
Okay.
It's I just wanted to show Leo that he was not alone in the FOMO.
Okay. Jeremy, do I even need to ask how much all that was?
Oh,
No. Don't tell our audience. Let them just think we live a lavish, nerdy lifestyle.
Yeah, very lavish.
I was just gonna say, holiday special was I found it a bit cheesy. It was good, but it was cheesy.
Oh,
it was
it's
just
a holiday special, Leo.
just the right amount of cheese. Yeah.
Okay.
It was an adequate amount of cheese.
Velveeta.
Yep.
I like Velveeta.
It was
Yeah,
good.
you know, you can get Velveeta in the
in the brick.
Peasants.
yeah, we get it in the brick. You can also get the slices now too.
Yeah, Velveeta, you peasants.
That's right. I flick it at people and slap it on babies' faces.
And you wonder why you don't get invited to more parties.
Any of you watching Wednesday?
Not yet, but all my kids love it.
I'm looking forward to that. I honestly, and I haven't said that about a Tim Burton related thing in a long time. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be entertaining at least. But you know,
I think they
seen the first episode, but I think the young lady, I think her last name is Ortega. I think she's doing a brilliant job.
Jenna Ortega, yeah, totally.
She was in You, and like, yeah, she's a perfect choice for that role.
She does not blink. She's got that down.
Yeah, they made it a point because I think she did a scene and she didn't do it, and Burton was like, "Do that," and she doesn't blink any of her scenes. She's just.
That's what me and Megan are watching now. That's our show we've decided to watch, and we just finished episode 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many shows do you take down a night?
Oh, we don't watch that much TV.
Really?
Yeah. So like when we sit down and have dinner, we'll watch like a show or two.
That's nice.
Yeah. But you know, it's not every night, you know, because you know she's at her parents' on Wednesdays, and then
Leo's does podcast Monday through Wednesday.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, but remember Thursdays are not on the table.
Night. Yeah.
Yep. Thursdays are date night. Yeah.
Date night. Yeah.
I always look forward to those photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We the reason why I cut it a little close tonight is we actually took a walk over at Mystic Seaport.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'll forgive you. Oh, it's okay.
All right. So,
Drew, before you delve a little bit too deep into the comic book, because I think that's about where you're about to go. Is that yes?
That's literally what I was about to start with.
Okay. I have a question. First of all, this is Next Wave. Next Wave Marvel. I'm totally going to let Drew introduce it, but I have a question. So we have the team, right?
Yes.
So we have Photon, formerly Captain Marvel, correct?
Yes.
We have Elsa Bloodstone.
Yes.
We have Machine Man.
Yes.
And we have Captain, I'll say it in Pig Latin, Captain
Captain.
Uxay.
Just call him the captain.
Oh, I thought he was just captain at this point.
Now, was he? Now, my question, Drew, is because he said at one time he called himself Captain Universe,
Marvel.
and he had the outfit. Yeah. So, does he have the powers of Captain Universe?
No.
So he's just an unknown character.
Basically.
He just got the powers that they kind of explored in this comic.
Yes.
I felt so bad for every one of those characters, but also like, good Lord, they deserved it.
Oh my God!
All right, so now I'll let Drew introduce. I had to ask that one question because I was so confused about Captain. Fuck.
Just call him the captain.
That's his character's name, though, Captain Fuck, and you didn't realize that until a couple of comics in, because they didn't really describe what the skull was, and then everyone started saying things that it was obvious.
Yeah.
Hold
I
on.
have a question.
That skull thing, they kept changing what the word was because I was trying to use fuck for all of those.
Oh, I was replacing that with every single friggin' word. Yeah.
I had shit, fuck, cunt.
Yeah. So Drew, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What the flying fuck kind of drugs were you on when you suggested this?
Yeah, this is a weird one. We
Never mind the team. How about the villain?
Okay, so
the villain and then the surprise villain behind the villain.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and what happened to the villain at the end? Oh my.
All right. We're getting too deep. Drew.
Drew, introduce it.
Okay, everybody. Hello. As you can tell, I'm just lavishly lying down because I am excited to introduce probably one of the weirdest books we've ever read on Splash Pages. So, to answer that question, welcome to Next Wave, the brilliant love child of Warren Ellis and Stuart Immonen. Honestly, kids, I'm going to be real with you. You got to read this to believe it, because some of it is just...
It's fucking weird.
So, this primarily is the love child of Warren Ellis, who people would know as a writer who did Planetary and The Authority back in the day, who literally said, and I quote, "I took The Authority and stripped it out all the plots, logic, characters, and sanity. It's an absolute distillation of the superhero genre. No plot lines, characters, emotions, nothing whatsoever. It's people posing the street for no good reason. It's people getting kicked and then exploding. It is a pure comic book, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise, and afterwards they will explode." Welcome to Next Wave, Agents of Hate. So, what do you guys think?
So the Agents of Hate, like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What happened?
Yeah.
I'm just for people that don't know out there, Agents of Hate is much like S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
Yes.
But different.
But much wackier. And instead of Nick Fury, we've got what is this guy's name? Captain
Dirk Anger.
Dirk Anger.
Dirk Anger.
I knew this was going to be fucked up one day, and he was making a call, and this giant telephone comes down. Oh my God.
I just want to point out
the koala bears were one of my favorite.
Drop bears.
Drop bears. Drop bears.
Listen, so the point of this, everybody, is if you're still with us as you watch these insane images, is you have the most unlikeliest group of people stuck together, traveling across America, dealing with weird fucking shit. We're talking weapons of unusual mass destruction.
And
they
one
find
of them
out
to be an Avenger.
They find out the people who put them together are actually terrorists trying to destroy the world. So they decide to say, fuck it, jack their ride, and go around stopping this shit.
Not only jack their ride, they steal their marketing plan.
Yes, that too. So, and the best part is that these story arcs are extremely short. Warren Ellis specifically made them 2-issue story arcs. And this only lasted 12 issues, which made it a very short read. Or as Mr. Rich over there said, I finished it in one night, which I can't tell if that's a compliment to his reading comprehension or if he was just like, I don't know. I just kept smoking and this started to make sense.
It was just so weird, and I enjoyed it, and I appreciate this. This comic is not for everyone.
No,
definitely not.
If you like a weird story and you like, I mean, this is kind of like pulling together like a Guardians of the Galaxy. Just weird characters that shouldn't probably work together, yet somehow Warren Ellis made it work.
So I have to ask. So guys, I have to ask, and I want us each to go around. So here's what I'm asking. Who was your favorite character? What was your favorite origin flashback? And what was your favorite story arc in this 12-issue craziness? So because Leo insulted me, he'll go first.
Okay, I'm not good with names, but the robot is friggin' hilarious.
That'd be Aaron.
Okay, so
or
Aaron
Machine Man.
calling everybody fleshy ones.
Yeah, the fleshy ones.
Oh
Come
my
here,
God.
fleshy one.
My favorite origin story has to be the redhead.
Oh yeah.
How
Also
like
Bloodstone.
Yeah. So like
the creature she gets in.
Oh my God, how the father like
circumcise him.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Now, Leo, you realize that's the character from Werewolf by Night.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Once I put 2 and 2 together, it's like Bloodstone. Wait, is that Werewolf by Night? Oh yeah, it is. And the storyline, I mean, it's they're all just so friggin' good.
Yeah, but what was your favorite? If you had to pick one.
I would say the most memorable right now, other than Fin Fang Foom, which was hilarious.
That was fucking funny.
I would say the Molten Men and that demon from the weird dimension or whatever.
Oh yeah, the dim dimension.
Dim dimension where he
he
took $100 and oh yeah, and he wanted one of the Suicide Girls.
Yeah.
In order to take over the world. Yeah, $100 and a Suicide Girl.
No blondes. Yeah. Okay. Rich, what about you?
Dude, so much of it. I can't pick one thing. There were so many weird, cool things like the broccoli zombie people in the fields.
Right.
Just Captain Fuck. Everything about Captain Fuck.
Did you like that he
decided they could kill the broccoli because
the constant jokes about Fing Fang Foom having underpants.
Yep.
Rich, did you enjoy that when the captain got his power, that he thought the people giving him were leprechauns? He beat them and then he puked on them.
I thought
and he ends up beating them up because he thought they were going to give him gold coins.
Yep.
It's all crazy and fun, and I don't want to ruin the end, but like the end of what?
Yeah.
Because there are 3 different who you think is the main bad guys at one point, and it is not Mr. No One or Mr. None Such, whatever. That is definitely not. He's who they build up through the whole series of being the bad guy, but then that last, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 last comics, it really gets more involved, and you're like, what? And then you're like, wait, what? Yeah. So I definitely don't want to ruin it, but if you want to have a good time one night, read it. And it's because of I did not extra smoke that night, Drew. I did the regular amount of smoke, and I probably I smoked once before and once after the 6th, and I kept going, and just a joy, a real joy. And and these little intro things, some of them were repeated with every comic, and then questions. 2 or 3 of the questions would change, and just humor. If you want good humor and a writer that he's not trying to take it too seriously.
Right. So Jeremy, what about you, man?
Machine Man was definitely my favorite. The origin story. Oof. I'm gonna have to go with Bloodstone because circumcising a demon is That's badass. Like, and she's doing it with a spoon, a baby spoon of all things. And favorite story though, the koala bears, the
drop bears.
Drop bears. That was just hilarious. I have to say, my least favorite character is Monica. She was annoying.
Is it because she used to lead the Avengers?
Yeah. All you heard from her, when I led the Avengers.
And then, did you enjoy the flashback with her idea of the Avengers?
Yeah.
Listen, and then stop and go. Shut up and go make the Avengers dinner. I was like, wow, Captain America, you're a schmuck.
Can we not mention how many times Mr. Anger or the Lieutenant Anger, whatever his name is, was trying to kill himself in very creative ways?
Yes.
This cop story was really good. I have to admit, I really got into this too. Him, he was
right there. Look, he's trying to like blow himself.
Shoot himself in the head.
But
dude, I didn't know if he was doing the erotic asphyxiation or what at first. In the later books, I was like, "What is happening here?"
And then I guess for me, it's so hard to choose, but I there is a soft spot for me for Aaron, especially because later on he played he was a significant character in Marvel Zombies 3, and I think it's the same version of him referring to his fleshy ones and being about drinking beer.
They were all so white trash people.
They were so horrible. But I okay, for me, favorites, I think it was just for me what I enjoyed the randomness of the backstories, like Elsa's backstory about how she had to kill the damn thing with a fucking spoon. I'm like, what the hell?
Wasn't she thrown in a well as an infant?
Yeah.
And then you had Monica had no problem.
Babysitter.
Monica had
tried a friggin' dog.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, but for me, like the fact that the Celestials were all like, Aaron, you're a shit. Like, you're such a fucking shit.
Get out of here. Get rid of him.
Yeah, just get out of here. They're like, what an ass. Like, I was like, wow. Like, you spend a year with the Celestials and they're like, you're garbage. Go home. That killed me. But there were just some moments that killed me. Like, I'm sorry, when they went to about the Captain's origin story, and they showed what his mother did to his teddy bear. That fucked me up. I forgot about that, and I saw that. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, no wonder this guy doesn't like bears.
Or how about how they made him stand down?
Yo, the Celestials calling him a that was crazy. The new Paramounts were what a villain. But personally, my favorite arc is the one where we see Rourke Anu, who is just a dumb version of Dormammu, make a deal with Beyond for $100 and some of those Suicide Girls. I liked seeing the mindless ones replace the citizens.
That was great.
So
and the citizens are dead around the ground, and the mindless ones are like playing pool and stuff.
Yeah, they're playing pool. They were driving taxis. They're skateboarding. I think my favorite was
the pterodactyl.
The pterodactyl man. I could have sworn I saw them doing like West Side Story.
Yeah, they're like.
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm sorry, this is so dumb, it's so good. And then at the end with the demon, how the captain just fucks him up because basically he's getting tired of everybody saying he's useless. I was just like, man, this book, but.
Oh, when the bomb drops on the captain right there, that was hilarious.
Tick.
What is this ticking? But honestly, I think for me, one of the best parts in it was the ending, because the last issue, you just have like these endless fight scenes, and you don't even need to understand what the hell it is. You're like, what the fuck are they fighting? And so I have to say, as much as I love the story, so much credit goes to Stuart Immonen. I mean, what a phenomenal artist. I mean, everything looked beautiful.
Yeah, it all
popped. The second to last issue, wasn't there like 8 splash pages?
Yeah, like
in
in
a
a
row.
row.
Yeah.
And also, what I love is that Stewart literally, when he's showing everybody, when he meets that guy who alters everyone's reality, they're all under his control. And he mimics all of these styles of different artists in such a fantastic way. I mean, my favorite was that you had the Elsa Bloodstone story, and he's literally mimicking Mike Mignola's style. And I'm like, this is so fucking cool. And it's actually funny because the reason that Next Wave got, like, they stopped, because originally the plan was Warren Ellis would do 12 issues and then he'd hand it off to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But they got on hiatus simply because A, they were waiting for him to return, and B, Marvel couldn't afford Stuart Immone's rate. So they were like, yeah, we can't afford him at his current pay rate then. So there was always a promise of there would be more Next Wave, but just it kind of never happened. And I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a variant version of issue 5 that was called the Crayon Butchery variant. So it's black and white. And they did a thing where they encouraged the readers to color it in with crayons and enter it so they could win like original artwork. And
that's pretty cool.
And it was announced. One of the last pages, the caption reads, "Next Wave, blatantly wasting your money since 2006." And one of our comic brethren, Brandon, did remind me that they did create a theme song for Next Wave, which Brandon posted a link that was created by the series editor Nick Lowe and his brother Matt for their band Thunder Thighs, and that was advertised on, this is how old this is, kids, their MySpace page. And the lyrics for it were in the director's cut of the first issue. And I've heard the song, and it's ridiculous.
What year was this, Drew?
This is 2006. I know this because one of their issues makes fun of Civil War. Especially because they said Mark Millar can lick goats.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't there like a Mark Millar sucks somewhere in there?
Yep, somewhere. And it's also funny because at one point, Marvel was like, is this continuity? Like, Marvel's like, is this, like, originally Warren Ellis was like, this is a self-contained universe. There's no way. And then they tried saying like, oh yeah, no, Next Wave, like, these are, these are other versions of the characters that made to our world and then got brought back to their own world. And later on, they're like, oh no, like, these characters had their memories and personalities altered, So they basically made it out like this all happened within the Marvel Universe. Everybody remembers, or kind of remembers, and they were essentially manipulated by the Beyond Corporation, who were a bunch of Beyonders, which I'm sure you guys remember, the Beyonder, the guy responsible for Secret Wars.
Secret Wars, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, a bunch of his people decided, hey, we're going to fuck around, which I'm like, you know what? This makes sense about all the weird shit that was in this book.
Absolutely.
So Next Wave. Beautiful, fucking weird, love it. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. I would say read it. Definitely read it.
Yeah,
I wish I could be like Rich, though, and read it all in one night. Dude, 3 issues and I start passing the F out. Like, reading is a drug to me. Just like,
I have to tell you, Rich, I'm right there with you. I didn't read the whole thing in one night, but I read most of it in one night. Yeah, it was so bizarre, but so good that I just couldn't put it down.
Yeah, I had to find out what the hell was going to happen next.
Well, also, my wife, she started, Megan started, like, her New Year's resolution last year was to read every day. So at night, we're always, she's mostly reading before bedtime. It's, I'm normally.
She's probably not reading comics either.
No, she's reading actual books. So.
Hey, comics are still books.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the name.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to surprisingly, I'm going to rate this already. I'm going to rate it 4.75 Captain Fucks.
I'm going to rate this. You know what? I'm going to go with 4.75 Drop Bears.
Fucker, I was going to say that.
Jar Jar. I'll stay at a nice 4.75. Yeah, 4.75. This was so much fun.
4.75 what, Jar Jar?
4.75. Let's say circumcisions with a spoon.
You fucking asshole.
I'm gonna go with 4.75 dead fleshy ones.
Wow, across the board, 4.75. We really enjoyed this comic.
Wow, that's a rare thing. Very rarely are we all on the same page with the book.
I just have to say, we didn't bring it up once. The friggin' in the beginning, people are the Elvis of snack food. Like, what the fuck?
Big Phantom. Yep. It's just so funny because I was reading what Ellis was talking about, because I had to do my research just in case someone didn't like what they read. So I was doing research and I pulled up one of his old interviews about it. So let me see if there was anything funny, because let's see. Oh, okay. Cool. Here we go. Hold on. Because someone asked him why use Fing Fang Foom. And his answer was because he's ridiculous. He's a giant dragon in purple underpants. How could you not want to use him, really? I will admit to taking on certain Marvel concepts is certain ridiculous. I was looking through the web and found a shot of the cover of Shogun Warrior that had this giant robot 300 feet high but no knee joints. How intimidating is that? Let's see. I don't think there's anything else. Okay, so someone asked him, and I feel like you guys would appreciate this, who is the funnest to write Next Wave? He said, it's difficult to say. I set it up to have an entertaining time with all of them. Monica's fun because she's trying so hard to be the moral leader. Elsa's fun simply because I'm writing her as a posh English girl, kind of like Lara Croft if her mother had a drinking problem while she was in the womb. The captain is a lot of fun, barely there, quite mad. And I'm just like, wow. And the one character I got to give credit, although I find it funny because I know her, I know of her in the X-Men universe, and I can't believe they made her so dumb. But Boom Boom.
Yeah, Tabitha Boom Boom from X-Force.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the blonde?
Yeah, the one she can make explosions, small and large, of different sizes.
Okay.
She's a mutant. She was not that stupid.
She was stupid in this.
Yeah.
Like that's how she survived.
Though, yeah.
It worked for her.
She didn't have a brain for whose bushman.
Yeah, but I need to say this.
Mind you,
we forgot to talk about the return of Faux man. Jesus Christ.
Dude,
yeah.
I was so happy to see him there. I was like, that's fantastic. I never get to read a story with him in it.
But I have to be honest with you, my God, I forgot about her flashback with Cable. That shit killed me. Was just, Tabitha, I need your help holding up this really heavy gun. I'm like, I can't. I can't. That, and I'm sorry, if there's one more scene, it's the flashback with Captain America when he has to go to the bathroom.
Oh my God.
And they're just riffing on Roosevelt. And I was just like, wow.
Well, there's that one part there's
Oh, and they steal his piss.
Just stand up, and that should impress Roosevelt.
That's exactly.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's one of those I forgot. Like when I reread all this.
For our younger viewers, Theodore Roosevelt was in a wheelchair, but they did not want anybody to know. Like there was no pictures of him in the wheelchair. It
was just very comfortable sitting down. That's what we told him.
Yeah.
So, but this book, it's definitely one of the books I wouldn't give to somebody as their first read.
No.
You know, no,
Oh, no.
no, but if you have a really good,
they would never read comics again if this was their first read. They'd be like, "The fuck are you doing?"
yeah. But personally, for me, and it's funny because I always said this: if I ever just wanted a nonchalant cosplay, I would just be the captain.
Yeah,
that would be just a brown trench and a star shirt.
Star shirt, cargo pants, and boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, Converse.
Walking around fucking pissed off.
I see. I can get smashed. And
true. I think you and he already have the same hairstyle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Look at it.
It would either be that, or I would have to figure out how to make Aaron Stack work. But I would have to have
that would be tough.
That I'd have to have Inspector Gadget hands.
Yeah, and Inspector Gadget legs.
Yeah, exactly. But
be the captain and have like a dead leprechaun slung over your shoulder.
Either that, or I have the I don't know what the fuck he did to the work Anu, but that thing he handed Monica, I was like, wow, you fucked this guy up.
Yeah, I remember asking, I was like, oh, what is the book? And you're like, Marvel's Next Wave. Marvel's Next Wave. I'm like, I'm not excited about this book at all. And then I read it. Now,
you eat those words.
I
did eat them. They were delicious.
Not only did I not know what it was, but it was like, you were like, you're going to read 12 issues. And I'm like, what? I'm like, 12 issues of some kind of B-rated Marvel book? Oh, great. This is going to be fucking glorious. It was glorious. I don't know if my expectations were low, but it was great.
You know, let's go with that, Jeremy. But it's funny that you bring this up because it's like, because when Leo was like, what the, I was like, oh no, I made a huge mistake. That reminds me, this one time my mom and her friends used to go to the movies, and I recommended one time, I was like, oh yeah, see this movie, it was really funny, we loved it. The movie I recommended was Knocked Up.
Oh God.
My mom and her friend saw it. She said that was the last time she got to choose the movie. and I said, I was like, in my defense, to quote the great Animal House, you fucked up. You trusted us. Like,
it could have been worse. You could have sent her to The End.
Oh man.
With the Seth Rogen movie.
No,
that was the one where they just fought the end of the world, and what's his name was
Cannibal.
Yeah.
Cannibalism, demons, and don't forget that scene with the devil where they slice off his dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that, you know what? No, but my mom would have liked that because at the end the Backstreet Boys show up. She'd have been like, oh, that was so nice. Those nice little Backstreet Boys. I'm like,
all right.
So I just want to share, you know how the mother hung the teddy bear?
Yeah, that's my favorite dark origin story.
So when I used to work retail, during the holidays,
did someone do that?
So here's what happened. They were hard workers. They always did an awesome job, but I had a couple of stoners that were, what's that?
You got to give the good before the bad.
Well, yeah. But it was
to set it up.
You know, I'd always, you know, because they had no issue working the late shift. These two stoners, I'd have them work the late shift, and you know, they'd.
It wasn't me and Rich.
No. But they were heavy stoners, and that, you know, they would unpack the shipments late at night, and I walk in, and for some reason they made nooses and hung all the stuffed animals throughout the store.
Well, that's it, kids. Christmas is canceled.
It was like, and it was a video game store, so it was all like, it was Sonic and Mario and Donkey Kong all hung with nooses throughout the store.
Wow, you had Lawsuit City going on opening that store.
Yeah,
the kids would have walked in and been like, "What the fuck happened to Mario?"
The worst
I can just see this now. Well, kids, a predator got into Super Smash Brothers and made a trophy room out of everybody.
The worst was I went in late one night to check in on them, and just as I'm lifting the gate, there's a piece of software flying across the store, and it hits it. They tag one of the friggin' water dispensers for the fire.
Oh no, dude.
Oh,
That's
no.
like gallons upon
Oh my god!
gallons
And we're
upon.
just seeing it shake, and it's like, holy shit! Don't go off! Don't go off! And it was
Oh
no,
my
it didn't go off, but it was
God.
just
Yeah, you break one of those. I've seen that happen in construction. That's no fun.
And especially there's no fire. That's a hefty fine too.
Oh yeah.
So
we were totally against the fire code. Like they would stack video game systems to the ceiling.
Rich, what year? Not Rich, Leo, what year was this?
This had to be late 90s.
Yeah, there were no stinking codes back in the 90s.
There were no codes except for
there
if
was
you
one
had a
year
Game
though.
Genie.
Holy shit! We had a huge stock of Sega Genesis, and they were stacked to the ceiling. And he went to go grab one, and he didn't grab a ladder. He just we would call him Monkey Boy. He just hold on to the railing and just pop up and pull the system down. And he pulled a little too hard, and a whole stack of Sega Genesises came down and fell on a customer.
Oh shit!
Yeah, luckily.
Wait.
What game? Like my neck, my back, my
no,
neck,
the
back.
systems. The systems.
Okay, because I thought the game. I was like, ma'am, I don't have to tell you this. You almost got killed by E.T. I'm just imagining really horrible something just you got killed by all our excess copies of Ghostbusters, the Sega game. I'm sorry.
That was a good game.
Oh, I know it was a great game, but I'm just saying, you don't want it to kill you, literally.
Yeah.
So, Leo, you were the manager there?
Assistant manager.
Okay. Did you leave on your own, or did they ask you to go?
No. I GNC offered me my own store, so I left.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought maybe management might have asked you to go.
Oh no. Actually, I was doing such a good job that they started sending me to other stores to get them in shape.
Oh man, Leo was a closer.
Oh, dude, I totally went against the rules. I would totally redo the whole layout of the store just because
you were such a rebel, Leo.
I was, because I knew the product, and I knew, okay, if we're gonna move this stuff here, we're gonna move more of it, and it gave certain things, certain placement and stuff like that. We were always number one in our district. It was
you failed every corporate visit, didn't you?
Oh, they loved me. They loved me. So it was.
Yeah,
we made money, so they left me alone.
They always love you when you make money.
This Fantastic Four origin is great.
Yeah. Woohoo! Retail making $11 an
hour. All right, so I think that's it, right, Leo?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Did we do it?
Well, everyone, Next Wave didn't get too much, although they did make cameos and other stuff, most notably getting dispatched in off-panel in Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness. True story, they did show up, and they did die. You can see Aaron Stack in Marvel Zombies 3 and 5. And yes, he's still drinking beer, and he's still calling humans fleshy ones.
Fleshy ones.
Definitely need to cover that if we get a chance, because it's great. Next Wave. Fuck yeah. That's all I got to say. Leo, cut the check.
Let me put my water down.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening. For me, just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. I'm not going to say which is which. But I run the Dorkening Podcast Network. Head on over to thedorkening.com. You can see all the latest episodes there. And with that, Jar.
Hey! Check out Comic Book Lovers Buy, Sell, Trade, and Auction House on Facebook to get all of your comic book, toy, geek, dork needs. Everything. You can buy stuff there. And also, please be on the lookout for the Loose Cannon show. It's coming back, and I'm working on it, and I'm going to have product soon. So please be on the lookout.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Mr. Drew.
Oh, hi. My name is Mr. Drew. I recommended this fine product, And if you're interested on what else is somehow lodged up here and is yet to been removed by a medical professional, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. One of these lovely schmucks is probably going to say my Instagram name again because they all always do. I'm on Screen Rant. I'm a general nerd, and honestly, I never check my voicemail. So,
love it.
Good evening, and you guys know me. I'm your man, Rich Davis on Facebook, Velvet Joker 1 on the TikTok, and reach out. Here I be.
Okay, we'll catch you guys later. Ghostbuster Man 1984.
I hate you.